and welcome to the James Oliver Guitar Channel. And today we're going to talk about my favourite Gibson in my guitar collection, and one of my favourite Gibsons ever, really. This is a 1956 Gibson Es350T. The T stands for Fin, and this is probably the best Gibson I own. There's been a few little mods and changes to it over the years, which we'll talk about. Then I will play it through the Champ. I am going to say, though, before we start, I don't know why, but for some reason, I haven't played it for a couple of months. And today, for some reason, we're having tuning issues. So there might be the odd tuning up on this video, but I thought I'd let you know before we start. So yeah, here it is. It's a Gibson Es350. I've owned this since 2016, so that's 4 years in September. I bought it after I did a tour of Ireland. Come back and bought this from Cranes in Cardiff. Now the interesting thing about it is, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but it's got a short scale neck, fingerboard. Exactly like a Gibson Birdland. But this guitar is definitely not a Gibson Birdland, as it's got all the characteristics of an Es350T, tuners, the body shape, etc. And it says Es350T on the label inside. This is the back of the headstock, as you can see. And yeah, so I've shown it to some luthiers and stuff, Dave Durnley, etc. And they don't think that the fingerboard has ever been off. So this guitar could be a custom order. Some of the people watching this video in Britain, this guitar was in the Guitar magazine, must have been 2015, who priced did a bit of a review of it, trying to get to the bottom of this fingerboard situation. So with a smaller scale, it's quite strange to play Telecasters and Strats all day and then go and play this guitar. But what a sound. I mean, Chuck Berry used these guitars, and he's very famous for having a blonde Es350. I know Gibson have just reissued them, but this is my Sunburst one. It's got the original lifting case as well, even though it's falling apart. It is nice to own a lifting case. Quick story behind the Bigsby. When I had the guitar, it had a Birdland bridge on it, and it was actually advertised in the shop as a Birdland, but obviously I looked at it and thought, that's not a Birdland. I looked inside, sent pictures to some people, and they agreed. So anyway, a friend of mine, Pete Matheson, a Cardiff guitar player, great player I've mentioned before, had this on a Gibson Birdland from the 70s, but this is a period correct 50s gold Bigsby. So I bought this off Pete, and I just think the Bigsby looks fantastic on the guitar. You know, this is the model down from the Birdland, so I think it's like the Es350, the Birdland, and then so on and so forth. But yeah, you know, I love the crown inlay and the headstock, as you can see. Original tuners, original pickups, original parts, knob, switch. The only things that have been changed is got a Bigsby, and for some reason it's got a great strap button here instead of something like that. But other than that, it's all there. It sounds fantastic. Back when we could gig, I was using it as like a rock and roll guitar to do rock and roll jive gigs. This is a guitar unplugged. You know, it'd make a great jazz guitar. I can't really play jazz, but it's a great rock and roll guitar and a great blues guitar. So I'm going to show you some of the sounds. We got the Fender Champ, no pedals. Volume on 6, treble on 6, bass on 5. This is the bridge pickup. There's loads of twang in it. Chuck Berry, of course, used Gibson Es350. a real cool guitar, you know. Awkward to play when you play the full scale, but what a sound. I know it's a little bit out of tune. This is the middle sound. Really love them. Does a real nice T-bone walker. Out of phase blues sort of sound. I quite like the out of phase sound for the rhythms too. You know, got a real nice, you know, sort of snarly, sort of nasally sound. So now we're going to move on to the neck pickup sound. Break the champ up, the neck pickup sound on this guitar. And as you can see, it slipped out the tune again. I think I'm gonna have to take it to see the old guitar doctor. But nevertheless, I mean, the ES350T is a fantastic guitar, rock and roll, blues, jazz, country, I mean. It twangs, and I know this one has got some tuning issues to it, but I just wanted to show it because I really, you know, love this guitar. I just think it's great to document it on the YouTube channel, and I know that people will appreciate the guitar for what it is. Even though it's got a few tuning issues, even though I've changed the strings and stretched them, etc. But nevertheless, I love the guitar. And I hope you've enjoyed seeing it and listening to it. You don't see many around nowadays, which is a shame. I think there's more in America, of course, than there is in the UK. And I know the great Danny Gatton had an ES350T, a blonde one like Chuck's, which he had for his birthday one year. So that's another cool ES350T player. If you know of any more ES350T players, comment below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And I really appreciate it. Cheers.